Close your eyes and relax. Tonight we'll explore the most mysterious organ in your body, your brain. As you listen to these fascinating facts, let your mind wander and your body rest. Each fact is a gentle stepping stone toward peaceful sleep. The brain's incredible basics. Your brain weighs about 3 pounds, roughly the same as a small cantaloupe. Yet it contains everything you are. Inside your brain are approximately 86 billion neurons, each one a tiny universe of electrical activity. If you could line up all the neurons in your brain end to end, they would stretch about 600 miles. Your brain is about 73% water. Just a 2% decrease in hydration can affect your attention, memory, and cognitive skills. Despite making up only 2% of your body weight, your brain uses 20% of your body's total energy and oxygen. Your brain generates about 12 to 25 watts of electricity when you're awake, enough to power a low-wattage LED light. The brain itself cannot feel pain. It has no pain receptors, which is why surgeons can perform brain surgery while patients are awake. Your brain continues developing until you're about 25 years old. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making, is the last part to mature. Every time you learn something new, the structure of your brain changes. This is called neuroplasticity. Your brain produces enough electrical energy to power a small light bulb even while you sleep. Memory and learning. Your brain can store approximately 2.5 petabytes of information. That's equivalent to about 3 million hours of television shows. Memories are not stored in one place, but are distributed across different regions of your brain. You forget about 50% of new information within an hour, and 70% within 24 hours. This is called the forgetting curve. The scent is the strongest trigger for memories, because your olfactory bulb connects directly to the hippocampus and amygdala. Your brain consolidates memories while you sleep, moving them from short-term to long-term storage. Every time you recall a memory, you are actually reconstructing it, which means memories can change over time. The average person has about 70,000 thoughts per day. Your brain is more active at night than during the day. Reading can actually rewire your brain, creating new neural pathways with each book. Learning a second language can delay dementia by an average of 5 years. Your working memory can only hold about 7 items at once, plus or minus 2. False memories are surprisingly common. Your brain can create detailed memories of events that never happened. The act of forgetting is actually an active process that helps your brain function more efficiently. The sleeping brain. During sleep, your brain cleans itself, flushing out toxic waste proteins that build up during waking hours. You cycle through different stages of sleep about every 90 minutes throughout the night. Your brain is more active during REM sleep than when you're awake. Dreams occur primarily during REM sleep, which takes up about 25% of your sleep time. During REM sleep, your brain paralyzes most of your muscles to prevent you from acting out your dreams. You dream every night even if you don't remember it. Most people have 4 to 6 dreams per night. Your brain can process information and solve problems while you sleep, which is why sleeping on it actually works. The brain waves during deep sleep are the slowest and largest of all sleep stages. Sleep deprivation affects your brain similarly to alcohol intoxication. After just one night of poor sleep, your brain ages by 1 to 2 years in terms of cognitive performance. Your brain prunes unnecessary neural connections while you sleep, strengthening important ones. The emotional brain. The amygdala, your brain's emotional center, is about the size and shape of an almond. Your brain processes positive and negative information in different hemispheres. Emotional memories are stored more strongly than neutral ones. The feeling of butterflies in your stomach comes from your brain's emotional response affecting your gut. Your brain can distinguish between genuine and fake smiles in just 33 milliseconds. Music activates more parts of your brain than any other stimulus. The same brain areas that process physical pain also process emotional pain, which is why rejection can hurt so much. Laughter involves multiple regions across your entire brain. Your brain releases dopamine when you anticipate a reward, not just when you receive it. The brain can't effectively process multitasking. What feels like multitasking is actually rapid task switching. Stress causes your brain to release cortisol, which can kill cells in the hippocampus and affect memory formation. The senses and perception. Your brain processes visual information 60,000 times faster than text. You blink about 20,000 times per day, but your brain edits out the darkness, creating a seamless visual experience. Your eyes send about 10 million bits of information to your brain every second. Your brain fills in visual gaps and blind spots without you noticing. What you see is actually delayed by about 80 milliseconds. Your brain is constantly showing you the past. Your sense of touch is processed. In a brain region where different body parts are represented in proportion to their sensitivity, not their actual size, the brain processes sounds in just 0.05 seconds. Your perception of time is created by your brain and can speed up or slow down based on circumstances. When you imagine biting into a lemon, your brain activates the same areas as actually tasting a lemon. Your brain can recognize a familiar voice within just 300 milliseconds. The left side of your brain controls the right side of your body, and vice versa. Brain speed and processing. Information travels through your brain at different speeds, ranging from 0.5 to 120 meters per second. Your brain can process an image in just 13 milliseconds. You can recognize familiar faces in as little as 100 milliseconds. Your brain makes about 35,000 decisions each day. Neural signals can travel at speeds up to 268 miles per hour. Your brain processes the word no more slowly than positive words. The fastest reaction time for humans is about 150 milliseconds, limited by brain processing speed. Your brain takes about 400 milliseconds to consciously register a stimulus, creativity, and imagination. Your brain is most creative when you're tired, as the prefrontal cortex is less active and allows more unusual connections. Daydreaming activates the same brain regions involved in complex problem solving. The aha moment of insight activates a gamma wave burst in the brain. Your brain consumes more energy when thinking creative thoughts than routine ones. Walking boosts creative thinking by an average of 60%. The shower effect is real. Relaxing activities allow your default mode network to activate, fostering creativity. Doodling while listening can improve memory recall by 29%. The developing brain. A baby's brain triples in size during the first year of life. Newborn. Babies have about the same number of neurons as adults, but far fewer connections. Babies form 1 million neural connections every second during the first few years of life. A child's brain reaches about 90% of its adult size by age 6. Teenage brains undergo massive restructuring, pruning away unused neural connections. The adolescent brain is particularly sensitive to rewards, which explains increased risk-taking behavior. Your brain doesn't finish developing until around age 25. Early childhood experiences literally shape the physical structure of the brain. Brain plasticity. London taxi drivers have larger hippocampi due to memorizing the city's complex street layout. Professional musicians have different brain structures than non-musicians, particularly in areas related to motor control and hearing. Your brain can rewire itself after injury, with other areas taking over lost functions. Learning to juggle can increase gray matter in the brain within just 1 week. Meditation can physically change your brain structure, increasing gray matter density. Bilingual individuals have denser gray matter in areas related to language processing. The brain can form new neurons throughout life, a process called neurogenesis. Mental practice alone can improve physical performance by strengthening neural pathways. Fascinating brain quirks. Your brain is wired to notice things that are different or unexpected, which is why you notice typos but might miss repeated words. The brain uses about 20% of your body's oxygen, even though it's only 2% of your body weight. You have a second brain in your gut containing 100 million neurons. Your brain can survive for about 6 minutes without oxygen before suffering permanent damage. Brain freeze happens when cold hits the roof of your mouth, causing blood vessels to rapidly constrict and dilate. Yawning helps cool down your brain temperature. Your brain has a negativity bias, processing negative information more thoroughly than positive. The feeling of déjà vu may be caused by a misfiring between short-term and long-term memory circuits. Your brain can't tickle itself because it predicts and cancels out the sensation. Phantom limb sensations occur because the brain maintains a map of the body that doesn't update immediately after amputation. Brain chemistry. Your brain produces natural painkillers called endorphins that can be stronger than morphine. Serotonin, often called the happiness hormone, is 90% produced in your gut, not your brain. Dopamine creates feelings of pleasure and motivation, driving your reward-seeking behavior. Oxytocin, the love hormone, is released during hugging, touching, and social bonding. Your brain produces chemicals called neurotransmitters that communicate between neurons across tiny gaps called synapses. Adrenaline can heighten your memory of emotional or stressful events. GABA is your brain's main calming neurotransmitter, helping you relax and sleep. Your brain's chemistry changes with the seasons, which may explain seasonal affective disorder. Left brain versus right brain. The left brain, right brain myth is oversimplified. Both hemispheres work together for most tasks. The left hemisphere typically handles language, logic, and analytical thinking. The right hemisphere is often more involved in spatial awareness, creativity, and intuition. The two hemispheres communicate through a thick bundle of fibers called the corpus callosum. Split brain patients, whose corpus callosum has been severed, can have each hemisphere working independently. Most people have a dominant hemisphere, but use both sides constantly. Your brain's lateralization develops gradually through childhood. Brain size and intelligence. Brain size doesn't directly correlate with intelligence. Einstein's brain was actually smaller than average. What matters more is the number and strength of neural connections. The wrinkles in your brain, called gyri and sulci, increase surface area, allowing more neurons to fit. Women's brains are about 10% smaller than men's on average, but have the same number of neurons. Neanderthals had larger brains than modern humans. The sperm whale has the largest brain of any animal, weighing about 17 pounds. Intelligence is distributed across many brain regions, not located in one spot. Jing and the brain. Your brain starts to decline in processing speed around age 24, but gains in wisdom and experience. Older adults use both brain hemispheres more equally than younger people for the same tasks. The brain can continue forming new memories well into old age. Mental stimulation can slow cognitive decline and reduce dementia risk. Physical exercise increases blood flow to the brain and promotes neuron growth. Social connections help maintain cognitive function as we age. Healthy diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids supports brain health throughout life. Learning new skills in old age can create new neural pathways and maintain cognitive function. The brain and technology. Screen time before bed disrupts your brain's production of melatonin, making it harder to sleep. Your brain treats online interactions and in-person interactions differently. GPS usage may reduce activity in the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for spatial navigation. The internet may be changing how our brains store and retrieve information. Video games can increase gray matter in regions responsible for spatial navigation, strategic planning, and memory. Your brain processes digital reading differently than reading physical books. Social media activates your brain's reward center, creating potential for addictive behavior. Unusual brain facts. You lose about 85,000 neurons per day, but fortunately you started with billions. Your brain uses 20% of your body's blood and oxygen supply. The brain can survive for 4 to 6 minutes without oxygen before cells begin to die. Alcohol doesn't kill brain cells directly, but it damages the dendrites at the end of neurons. The heaviest normal human brain on record weighed 5 pounds. Your brain's texture is similar to firm tofu or soft butter. The brain has no moving parts, but is the most complex object we know of in the universe. Scientists estimate that we use virtually all of our brain, not just 10% as the myth suggests. Every thought you have creates new neural connections. Your brain can hold more information than all the computers in the world. Brain evolution. The human brain has tripled in size over the past 2 million years of evolution. The newest part of your brain, the neocortex, is responsible for higher-order thinking. The oldest part of your brain, the brainstem, controls basic life functions like breathing and heart rate. Humans have proportionally larger frontal lobes than any other animal. The brain evolved from the inside out, with newer structures wrapping around older, more primitive ones. Your brain still contains structures that evolved hundreds of millions of years ago. Extraordinary brain abilities. Some people have synesthesia, where their brains cross-wire senses, allowing them to taste words or see sounds. Savants may have extraordinary abilities in specific areas due to unusual brain organization. Some people can recall every day of their life in perfect detail, a condition called hyperthymesia. Perfect pitch is a rare ability, linked to specific brain development during childhood. Photographic memory doesn't exist in the way popular culture portrays it. The brain can adapt to upside-down vision within a few days and see normally again. The mystery continues. Your brain is reading these words, understanding their meaning, and perhaps feeling drowsy as you listen. Right now, billions of neurons are firing in intricate patterns, creating the experience of this moment. Your brain is preparing for sleep, slowing its waves, beginning the nightly process of restoration and memory consolidation. As you drift off, your brain will continue its tireless work, cleaning, organizing, and preparing for tomorrow. The human brain remains one of the universe's greatest mysteries, holding the essence of who you are within 3 pounds of soft tissue. Every thought, every memory, every dream originates in this magnificent organ. And tonight, as your brain cycles through its stages of sleep, it will strengthen the memories you've made today and prepare you for the experiences of tomorrow. Let your mind rest now. Let the fascinating complexity of your brain fade into the peaceful simplicity of sleep. Your brain knows what to do. Trust it. Rest. Sweet dreams.